Welcome to the Soulitude Room podcast. You're joined here today with Ayza
and Sivian.
First, we want to say thank you for listening because we would not be here if you weren't. I want to say that with this podcast, me and Sivian hope to give people the chance to speak on whatever topic they want to speak on. Yeah, so if you feel like you have something to say, please hit us up and we would love to have you on. Okay, so I wanted to start out with this poem that I wrote. To great beginnings, to trials and errors, to new opportunities and unopened doors. Here's to winning, to the dream, to the goal, but to never forget the destination and the journey, as it is already the goal. The end result is made from within. We begin from within, just like the answer is within the question. And always question, and always seek, for you shall find whatever you want to see, as they become your dreams. Here is the recipe for success. Know we are the chemists, and all the perfect ingredients lay in your hands. Don't be afraid to make an explosion and cause an effect from a mixture you made. Your love bombs and your chemical emotions that bomb the soul and the lips that want to speak. Find peace in solitude, for it will be the lab that makes you. Magic is made in solitude. Souls are found in solitude. Here is to finding ourselves by ourselves. Here is to the great beginning.
Cheers.
Okay, so first, we talk about solitude. The soul. So solitude, right? We don't mean like living a life of solitude, isolating yourself from everything and everyone for a long ass period of time. But when we talk about solitude, we mean, knowing yourself and finding yourself and having that space for you to be alone and contemplate and just find out who you are. So first question I wanted to ask was about the soul. So Sivi, so what is the soul to you?
That's such a deep question.
And and let me let me today junior. Okay.
Clapping?
No, it's fine. What's your definition of the soul? Did it change from before to now?
I'm gonna be real. I never really thought about the soul until now. The soul for me is a state of being in oneself. I think it's tied to consciousness, as we could say. I think we have like our physical body and then the soul that inhabits it. And I don't know, I think our soul is just like is almost like, I don't know, like it's like it feels something. It's like a state of consciousness that's always changing, and it's the thing that sort of like makes us walk around and talk. Besides like the physical body, makes us walk around and talk. It's our consciousness and etc. So I don't know if that makes sense. What I think the soul is.
It does. That was gonna lead into my next question, which was, do you think the soul is consciousness?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, yeah. Because when I think of, well, I don't know what the official term, what consciousness means, but Webster's dictionary wise, but I think it does mean consciousness because, I think it just means consciousness, or it's tied to consciousness in some way.
I think it's funny how we could put any definition to any word we want, and it's like we don't have to we don't have to abide by society's definition.
It's all made up.
It is. It is all made up.
Where's my tinfoil hat? It's all made up. Nothing is real.
Nothing is reality. Is an illusion. So when we talk about consciousness, I kind of had this little thought experiment that I used to do, and I still kind of do, but I wanted to ask. So I wanted to know your thoughts about it, but basically I would kind of ask myself, am I living if I didn't have any senses? So for example, I would think about, okay, if I didn't feel anything, if I didn't hear anything, if I didn't taste anything, I would just see black. But then also I was thinking okay, all my senses, so that means sight as well. So I wouldn't even be able to see black because it's nothing. So then I concluded that it's essentially death. No sense is death. And I wanted to know your input because I was kind of tying that with consciousness. Is consciousness basically just sense?
Oh, true. Maybe, because I'm thinking about it you may not be able to hear, see, taste, smell, etc. But like I'm thinking about it in a way like how other people see you. Like would you still be there, like sort of like thralling around or something like that? Is that
how would you feel that you were thralling around, you know? How would you even know that you're
doing that? I don't know. I think it might be human nature to do so, or to struggle in some way. I think it's innate. Yeah, not necessarily like, I think regardless of our senses, I think there's some behaviors and traits that are just like in us from day one. So I think you would be throwing around because we sort of have like this will to live or survive or to feel. And I think you'd be throwing around, but you may not feel yourself throwing around, but I think you're exhibiting that behavior. And other people, if they were to come around you, they probably see it, that you're like trying to survive. Well, that's dark.
That it made me think, like, is the point of life, is it basically just like sensing, you know?
Is the point of life to sense?
Yeah, is that basically that's our life experience? To experience something is to like sense it.
Yeah.
So basically it would be sense.
It should be the Deep Thoughts podcast.
Rebrand.
To live is to feel, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I would agree that to live is to feel, because then, I mean, what would we even be like? Because the point of, I guess, this human journey that we all try to live is essentially we all try to be happy, you know? That's basically, we just try to achieve that feeling of happiness. So it's like, I could see that it's just feeling. Yeah. Like that, I guess, that love feeling or whatever. I don't know if you've ever heard about like people's experiences with like ayahuasca or like psychedelics, like DMT.
A little bit, not too much.
What they kind of describe is that feeling, just that feeling of love and kind of like just loving everything, like God kind of loving you so much that it's like overwhelming and like you've never felt that kind of love before.
Don't do drugs. Sorry. Not gonna stay in school.
Stay in school. Girl, with this system, with this education system. Okay, this relates to like the connection, human connection aspect. Do you think that we have separate individual souls or that we're all part of one soul?
I think we're all separate, separate souls.
Interesting.
Because, like, I don't know, I just don't feel like we're all connected to one, like, big old soul or something like that. Because, I was thinking, because I was going to say, like, what you do doesn't affect me, but if I heard about something that you did that was bad, it would affect me. I don't know if that makes sense. But I don't know. I don't think we're all connected to one big soul. Yeah. Do I think we're connected to one big system? I can entertain that because, what goes around comes around. The butterfly effect and stuff like that. What one person does may affect the next person, which may affect the community and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah.